Canada's Natural Resources Minister is spending big money to be liked on Facebook. You know, it's just another day in Canada's Socks and Selfies administration. An order paper question asked by Conservative MP Harold Albrecht revealed the extreme levels of vanity of Canada's Natural Resources Minister Jim Carr. Albrecht's question also showed us all the total costs of Jim Carr's vanity. Don't worry, Jim isn't paying for this, you all are. This is the question Albrecht asked. With regard to the purchase of likes on Facebook by government departments, agencies, crown corporations, or other government entities since January 1st, 2016, A, what are the details of all such purchases, including amount, date, number of likes purchased, title of page or post which received the likes, and B, what is the total expenditures for these likes? Across all departments, no taxpayer dollars were spent on the purchase of Facebook likes during that time, with the exclusion of Natural Resources Canada. Now here is their department's response. The department showed two separate purchases. The first purchase was from October 23rd to November 6th, 2017. Natural Resources Canada spent $3,500 to buy 2,668 Facebook likes for a post about Energy Star Canada on their English language page. Now at the very same time, for the same post but on their French language page, Natural Resources Canada spent $1,500 to buy another 943 likes. That's a total of 5,000 Canadian taxpayer dollars to buy 3,611 Facebook likes. Now, for those of you keeping track at home, that's $1.38 for each and every fake Facebook like. Now, this is completely indicative of just how shallow and gross and misdirected the Liberals are. They spent $5,000 to make themselves seem popular and liked on Facebook. These are deeply unserious people. But we know it's the theme of this government, you know, spending money on glamour projects like a Bollywood vacation while Canadians are suffering back at home. And Jim Carr, he's the worst Natural Resources Minister since Marc Lalonde, who brought in the National Energy Program on behalf of our current Prime Minister's late father. And as you know, I totally disagree with what Marc Lalonde did at the time, but at least he was, you know, doing like something. Jim Carr is inept, ineffectual, and absent when it comes to advocating for Canadian pipelines and getting Canadian natural resources off to international markets. Actually, Jim Carr's worse than inept, ineffectual, and absent, because those words would imply that he's trying, just not trying hard enough or trying well enough. Jim Carr is so ineffectual that I think he's completely given up. I think he's checked right out. I mean, he recruited Zoe Karen as his chief of staff. She effectively runs the Natural Resources Ministry, and she's formerly of the World Wildlife Fund, where she worked with Gerald Butts, Trudeau's chief advisor these days. Jim Carr can't get anything done. He can't get a pipeline built, and he's failing Alberta and all of Canada at the same time. He is awful at his job. But Carr knows what the most important thing is, and it's not even really being liked or really being popular. Instead, it's having others think that you're liked and think that you're popular. And Jim Carr is willing to spend your money to help him live in his illusion of being good at his job. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. What you just saw there was my daily Rebel video, but I also have my own weekly full-length show where I talk to interesting guests about issues facing Canadian families. But to get access to my show and the rest of our excellent premium content, you have to become a Rebel subscriber today.